So I had dinner at the cafe, and I'm sitting on the porch of the general store in Trout Lake. I'm having an ice cream bar, and for later, I was able to buy one beer. So, not the best dinner, but a beer and ice cream sounds good to me. Hi, Mama Baby. Hi, Mama Ducky.
Come over north.
Hi.
It was smoky. So we started at White Pass on Friday.
Video.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
The mountain we did not get to see.
Nice.
So the big glacier is on the other side.
Now, there are glaciers on this side too. The snow you see is mostly glacial at this point.
Good afternoon. I am back on the trail after spending a day in Trout Lake. Got a ride from the church's pastor. They run a shuttle, just volunteer men come and take hikers up and down. And one of the NOBO hikers was a true judge. So I took my picture with him. When I told him my name was Judge, he got all excited and asked me if I was a judge. And I said, no, just judgy. So it was interesting to meet a true judge. But it's going to be a short day, about 10 miles. Get to Big Mosquito Lake. Hopefully there are not big mosquitoes. And start the 85-mile trek to Cascade Locks. I've made it to Trout Lake Creek. Pretty cute. Good morning. Today's Thursday, and I'm about 12 miles south of Trout Lake. So far, it's been just a walk in the woods. Nothing majorly exciting to see, but it's been kind of peaceful. Slept with about, well, didn't sleep with, but camped with about, I guess there was 8 of us at a campsite. Had a good night. This kind of walking is very mellow, kind of flat, reminds me of Oregon, and it's allowing me to listen to some good books. So just gonna be a mellow day, walking in the woods again. So I just stopped for a snack, and I was eating my Cliff Bar, which they're okay. And I was looking at far out, and saw a comment that in 0.2 miles there was trail magic that was going to happen all day. So I quickly put away my Cliff Bar and went and I can't remember his name. Oh, Matterhorn is the guy who was doing the trail magic, and he had bacon and sausage and hash browns and eggs and pancakes, and so I had a big second breakfast, and so now I'm revived and back on trail. So thank you to Matterhorn for the amazing trail magic. Well, drat. When we were by Mount Adams, it was smoky. Then we went to Trout Lake and it cleared. And now we're back on trail and it's smoky again. At least where Mount Adams is. Not even sure if it can be seen in the video, but I can barely see the outline of the mountain. Oh well. I'm now in the Indian Heaven wilderness area. Oh, and it looks like there's 4 miles until Blue Lake, and that's where I'm going to camp. Things have been going okay, except that I broke my trekking pole. It's carbon fiber, so it didn't bend. It just sort of shattered a little bit. But in true OT fashion, I had kinesio tape. I don't know if you can see the kinesio tape. Woo, yeah. I had kinesio tape, but I thought I had Gorilla tape, but I had taken it out and never replaced it. So I splinted it the best that I could, but I really need a second splint on the other side. So I have another piece of stick, and I'm going to see if I can find someone with duct tape, because something that doesn't stretch like kinesio tape will make it a lot more structurally sound. So, note to self, repack duct tape. Lots of little lakes in this area. This is Deer Lake. Down there is Bear Lake. I hear kids playing down there. I'm heading to Blue Lake, which is in a couple lakes. That one looks pretty too. This is Junction Lake. And the skeeters are bad. This is Blue Lake. This is where we're going to stay tonight. Kind of confused as to where the PCT goes. But very pretty. Gonna go check out some campsites over on the other side. The water is blue at Blue Lake. By a lovely spot. We had a thunderstorm last night, lots of lightning and thunder, but we stayed dry and protected in this little spot. Another great spot. Good morning. I thought today would be all green tunnel, but we're up on a ridge. I love ridges. And I think probably without the smoke, oh yeah, maybe Adams might be there. And I did get a kind of a glimpse of Hood, but it's just a little smoky, but it's pleasant temperature. I'm about to go see an ancient Indian racetrack, supposedly. You can see where the Indians, the Native Americans, used to race their horses. Oh yeah, you can barely make out the silhouette of Hood. And then, rumor has it, there's trail magic at the trailhead, which was 7 miles from where we camped, which would put us there probably around lunchtime. Got a late start, so maybe a little after lunch. But that is if it's still going. They were supposed to be there for a week, but one never knows if hungry hikers ate all the food. So that's something to look forward to today, and trying to enjoy every last minute because I'm getting sad that it's almost over. It's just so different than a weekend backpack. It's just, I'm addicted to through hiking, long distance hiking. So maybe at some point I can talk Eric into doing it with me or being my support while I continue this fun hobby. Oh, some pretty views coming up. Looks like there is a fire lookout there. I think that's Red Mountain. I see that there's a trail coming up for Red Mountain and there's a fire lookout on it, so I'm assuming that's it. And the Indian racetrack is close to that, so hopefully I will be seeing that soon. Not exactly sure what it is I'm looking for, but it's not an oval. I was thinking maybe it's an oval. It's just a straight thing where they would just race their horses down. Much different kind of trees over here. It's drier and not a lot of underbrush. And pine trees. And actually, instead of the huckleberries, there's now this stuff. Not exactly sure what it is. But you round a ridge, and it's like you're in a different forest. These trees like to grow over the trail, so you have to go under them. Micah and I went off trail to see the Indian racetrack. We're not exactly sure what we're looking for, but this looks like a lovely little meadow that if I was a Native American and I had a horse, I would love to race my horse down. I wasn't expecting grandstands or, an oval or betting boxes, but not exactly sure what I'm looking for. But we think we're here. This is Green Lake. Very green. And here we have Sheep Lake, the third sheep lake I've been to. Probably the least picturesque, but nonetheless, Sheep Lake. Okay, it is Friday, and I'm walking by myself. And I'm starting to get sad again. Getting sad because I only have a couple days left in Washington. Oop, I'm crossing a stream, so I have to be careful while I walk and talk. I've enjoyed this so much, and it's coming to an end. And I'm trying to not go fast. I'm trying to enjoy every moment. Because there's something my sister always used to say. It wasn't an original quote, but totally reminds me of her. It was always on the end of her emails and texts. She used to say, "Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened." And I think of that when I think of my sister and her life. And so today I'm going to channel my inner Linda and not cry because it's over. Don't be sad because Washington is almost over. But smile because it happened. I flippin' walked the entire length of Washington from Canada to Oregon. And I'm not done. Not done. So I'm just going to smile because I enjoyed it. So here's to you, Linda. Yay! Congrats to the Nobos for 2,200 miles. Wow. Just had an amazing trail magic from Cowboy and Mrs. Cowboy and Baby Cowboy and Chainsaw, and now I'm at the edge of another lava flow from Mount Adams, Ooh, this one has a really cool cave in it. Check out that cave right there. It's kind of cool. This one looks a lot older. Or a snake. I almost stepped on him. He's awfully cute. Go, guy. Go, go. Yep, bye-bye. I can tell I'm getting towards Oregon. There are wild rhododendrons. The view from my tent. We're right on the trail, but luckily no one has come by yet. I'm having breakfast in bed this morning while I'm watching the sunrise. I'm running out of fuel. I don't have very much fuel left. Something leaked because suddenly I went from a lot of fuel to hardly any fuel. So I cold soaked my oatmeal a little too long. So it's oatmeal mush. But out here, you can't throw things away. So even though it's gross and mushy, I still have to eat it. So live and learn. Good morning. I'm about 44 miles out of Cascade Locks, and I had a tent site with a view of Mount Adams. I was hoping it would clear, but still didn't fully, but had a beautiful sunrise. And now today, I feel sorry for the Nobos. Today I'm going to go about 15 miles to Trout Creek, but for the Nobos, they would have had to come up 4,800 feet. That means I have to go down 4,800 feet. Not all down, but up, a big down, and then another up, and then another down. But the forest is changing again. There are these, I don't know what kind of trees, but lots more underbrush. And it's getting lusher as we go down. And so, always different. I'm getting sad again, but just gonna hike slow today and enjoy the whole day. So apparently my skills as a hand therapist and splinter were not adequate. Before I could find some duct tape to apply a second wood splint to my broken pole, I put all my weight on it when I tripped in it. And it broke. So I broke the whole thing off, and then I used my equestrian girl skills, and I made a little platform of duct tape like I would if I was putting a duct tape boot on a hoof with a abscess. And then I cut little slits in it and rolled it around and then wrapped it with duct tape. And this has been holding for like almost 2 days now, or maybe a day and a half. And luckily it was short enough of a part that came off that I just extended it more than the other, and now I have 2 even poles and can put weight on them. It slips sometimes, but it's seeming to do the trick. You do what you got to do out here. This is a big, huge campsite with views of Mount Hood. Don't know if you can even really see it very well. Forest is changing again. That's curious. What kind of experiments are going on in the woods? Green tunnel. Coming up on Panther Creek. First water for like 10 miles. Oops, did not mean to do that. This stream is so needed. Look at my feet. Let me go sit in the stream. Disgusting. There's my lunch spot. There's my dip spot. I dipped in the water there. And then right here is going to be my nap spot. I'll take a nap right under this tree. Hopefully if Pika comes and I'm asleep, she'll wake me up. Otherwise, oh well. So I just gotta say my anxiety's a little high right now. When I came into this site, everything was blue like this. But then within the last half hour, this has happened. This is obviously something close. I mean, there's the sun. It's orange. I don't know if how close that means. I've been hearing lots of planes. I don't know what to do. I want it to look like that, not like there's a fire in the direction I have to go.